Hello and welcome to Housing TV News at the top of the hour, coming to you from our studios in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Siyama Ali Ibrahim. Our top stories. Emir Sanusi returns to university. Gunmen kill 7 farmers in Fresh Plateau attack. Federal government unveils unified housing delivery framework. And on the foreign scene, U.S. demands action as federal government vows to track bandits. Now, the news in detail. The esteemed Emir of Kano, His Eminence Muhammad Sanusi II, has resumed academic activities as an undergraduate law student at Northwest University, Kano. The Emir, who is enrolled in the Faculty of Law, has been seen attending lectures alongside his 200-level classmate, a development that has attracted widespread attention and commendation from the public. Speaking on his decision to return to the classroom, Emir Sanusi said age should not be a barrier to the pursuit of knowledge, stressing that learning remains a lifelong endeavor. He also reiterated the need for greater investment in education at all levels, describing it as a vital tool for societal development, enlightened leadership, and good governance. Moving to Plateau State, at least 7 farmers have been killed in an attack by gunmen at a mining site around the Kuru axis in Kuru district of Jos South local government area, Plateau State. The incident occurred on Thursday morning while the victims were engaged in mining activities. The spokesperson of the Birom Youth Molders Association, BYM, Rong Tengwon, who confirmed the attack, said the assailants stormed the area and opened fire indiscriminately. A resident of the community reported that the sudden shooting caused panic and led to the death of the farmers on the spot. Condemning the attack, Ten Wong described it as gross violation of human life and an assault on the peace and security of the Birom people. He said the victims were peace-loving youth involved in legitimate means of livelihood before they were brutally killed. The deceased were identified as Dungan 19, Weng Dung 26, Francis Paul 23 years, Samuel Peter 22, Dung Simon 28, Pam Dung 23, and Francis Marcus 15 years. According to the group, the repeated nature of such attacks reflect a worsening security situation in Birom land and calls for urgent and sustained intervention by authorities. The Birom Youth Molders Association has called on the Plateau State government, the federal government and security agencies to thoroughly investigate the incident, apprehend those responsible, and strengthen security around vulnerable rural communities and mining sites. No fewer than 1 million people in northeast Nigeria may lose access to emergency food and nutrition assistance in the coming weeks unless urgent funding is secured. This warning was contained in a press release issued by the United Nations World Food Programme, WFP, which noted that Nigeria is currently experiencing one of the worst hunger crises in recent history. The world's largest humanitarian organization provides life-saving assistance during emergencies and support recovery by using food aid to promote peace, stability, and resilience among communities affected by conflict, disasters, and climate change. According to the agency, escalating violence across northern Nigeria has forced it to drastically reduce its operations, cutting food assistance from about 1.3 million people to just 72,000 due to severe funding shortages. The WFP also warned that nearly 35 million people across the country are projected to face acute and severe food insecurity during the upcoming rain season. Moving to the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN resolved 9,771 out of 10,704 bank customers' complaints in the first half of 2025, according to its Financial Stability Report. The report showed that complaints increased by 143.3% year-on-year from 4,398 to 10,794, driven by greater awareness of consumer rights, stronger regulatory oversight, and improved confidence in the complaint resolution process. CBN said 53.45% of complaints were against commercial banks, while 46.55% involved other financial institutions. Electronic and card-related issues accounted for 51.5% of cases, followed by fraud at 39.27%. Total claims rose to 21.42 billion naira and 5.09 million naira, with 7.17 billion and $3,432.20 refunded to customers. We take a pause here, and up next are news stories from the build sector. Do stay with us.
This is Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Welcome back. Glad to have you join us on Housing TV News at the hour. Now to the build sector. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmad Musa Dangiwa, has unveiled a unified housing delivery framework aimed at strengthening collaboration between the federal and state government to deliver housing at scale and promote sustainable cities across Nigeria. The announcement was made in a statement by the ministry following the minister's address at the 14th meeting of the National Council on Lands, Housing and Urban Development held in Ilorin, Kwara State. Speaking at the meeting, themed Achieving Housing Delivery and Sustainable Cities Through Effective Land Management, Urban Renewal, Promotion of Local Building Materials, and Public-Private Partnerships in Nigeria. Dangiwa said the federal government is repositioning the housing sector to operate a coordinated national system rather than fragmented interventions. He explained that the framework will ensure all federal housing institutions work as one, in close partnership with states, to provide clarity, consistency, and predictable collaboration in housing delivery nationwide. The Lagos State government has reaffirmed its commitment to addressing the state-estimated 3 million housing deficit through strengthened public-private partnerships, PPPs, and institutional innovation. Speaking at a performance review on January 21, 2026, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Housing, Abdul Hafiz Toriola, said the Sanwo-Olu administration has delivered about 11,000 housing units in the past 6 years and to complete 14,022 units by the first quarter of 2026. Toriola noted that the progress reflects a shift from reliance on direct budgetary funding to multi-pronged housing strategy. Under the new approach, the state provides lands as equity and offers up to 40% rebate on planning permit to attract private developers into the affordable housing segment. He said the strategy has helped the RICS private investment boost participation and accelerate housing delivery across Lagos State. Moving to Enugu State, as the Enugu State government has recovered 1.28 billion from Suji Motor Construction Limited, marking a partial refund of funds originally committed to an abandoned residential development project. The recovery follows a legal and administrative dispute over a public-private partnership that has intended to deliver 8,000 housing units. Government officials have confirmed that efforts are ongoing to secure the remaining balance of approximately 2.3 billion naira. And on the foreign scene, the United States has raised serious concerns over Nigerians' ability to protect Christian communities following the abduction of 177 worshippers in Kaduna State, as bandits were on Thursday sighted moving freely through forest corridors with their captives days after storming churches without resistance. The U.S. warning came as a high-level delegation of their officials arrived in Nigeria on Thursday on a week-long diplomatic tour aimed at reviewing counter-terrorism efforts and the protection of vulnerable religious groups across Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. The meeting is part of the United States-Nigerian Joint Working Group and was co-chaired by the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu and the U.S. Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs Alizin Huka. It took place amid heightened diplomatic tensions after U.S. President Donald Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern over alleged religious freedom violations. However, the federal government has repeatedly dismissed claims of systemic Christian persecution, maintaining that insecurity affects citizens of all religious backgrounds. For more news on housing sector, subscribe to Housing TV Africa on YouTube and follow Housing TV on all social media platforms. Download the Housing TV Africa mobile app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Many thanks for watching. I am Siama Ali Ibrahim. Bye for now.